So what would you get if you combined Wing Chun's Chi Sao with boxing? Today we're going to take a look at Chi Sao Boxing.
We're talking about the Fook Sao, and the Fook Sao is what we use for all of the up and overs. For the position on this one, we want to get this position. The idea is that you want to get your elbow inside of your wrist. I know a lot of people do it like this in Wing Chun, but the way we do it in JSK is to have the elbow in. Okay, so you'll see how this goes. We're using this as an up and over. So all up and overs are this Fook Sao position. Okay, so if you're starting off and you're seeing me say up and over, and everyone that's worked with me has said up and over, it's this tuck position right here. Boom, shooting off. All right, so we're gonna start off with some of the boxing stuff. All he's doing is angling, so try to get that right over. These are high versions, double siding with the same hand. Which makes it hard for me to protect against that up and over. Good. Nice. Don't forget to breathe.
Breathing is important.
And you can see it doesn't matter what stance I'm using. Okay, I can throw it from any stance and he's got that rhythm. Try leading off with the rear hand. See, same idea, it just gives you different angles. So with this, you're checking. All I'm doing is I'm directing my knuckles down. So that's that Fook Sao position. Cutting that center line, shooting out right over top. All right, this one we're gonna now add some footwork to it. So he's gonna pendulum step out. And he has that safety jab right there. Very nice. Good. If I continue to come in at him, after he's pendulum out, he's going to start moving off either direction, whichever is available to him at the time. Good. So he skips out. Notice he's still outside of my reach right here. Good. Good. Very nice. So you can either bump or swing away. Good, very nice. Oh, that was a nice one. So now we're going to do a few where I'm going to change the angle. So if I'm coming around this shoulder, he's going to want to skip out with the bump side. If I'm going towards his right shoulder, he wants to swing. Now when you guys swing, get that first one to really turn your hip and then step. Turn, step back in. Swing back and step behind with the punch. That's the swing step. So if I'm coming towards this shoulder, he's skipping out to the right, keeping outside of that distance. Good, good, he reads it, turn and step, good. There we go, very nice. Let's try a couple of those. Pendulum out, turn, boom. There's the shot right there. Swing step is a very powerful technique. If there's any distance, if he's coming at me from distance, I'll pretty much always go to the swing step for that. If I'm in close and he's closed the distance, and maybe I'm in locked in, I can't move, then stepping forward around is the bump. I walk up to somebody and I bump, that's the way you're gonna turn if somebody bumps into you. So that's the name bump. Swing, step. That's the swing step, so we keep it good. And then one other one that he has that he's going out is he can move back and throw back in. So this one, he fades back and then he can follow back in. So if he caught me, for instance, he can use a steal a step just like that and come back in to close off the range. If while we're doing this, he sees there's gonna be a couple reactions. If he's going in, he throws that and he lands that last one. If this one's here, now that's always good to practice having, is that safety out there, that safety jab. But if he hits me on that last one and I stay forward like this, he wants to use that pendulum and get out. Okay, so if you feel me solid, and using the safety jab is just a good assistance. So if you see this, boom, and I come in, he's using that and then he's on his move. If he sees here and my head gets rocked, so I go boom, that's when you just start driving your punches in. That's when you follow through. So he moves out with the pendulum, he moves out and he sees that I'm not chasing. So then he can use that steal a step, boom, and follow it right back in. And the steal a step is just like you'd be throwing a ball from outfield. So you can really drive that hip into it. And if you're doing the steal a step, same idea, that same pinch right there. If I pinch with that Fook Sao kind of movement, if you get used to that, you throw that punch over top, okay? And that punch right there is going to go over if he has his hands here. But as I go here, if I come through this way, even if I catch his hands, I'm at the top of his hands, so I can drive the glove into his face or his hand into his face, right? If I'm coming from here like karate, I naturally run into his weapon, his defense. Okay, so even if I catch here, you want to catch the top of the defense or get over the defense to the head. So now he's reading it. Good. Very nice. If I start cutting this way, he swings. That's it. Staying at the distance. Good. Very nice. And he pivoted off right away, so that's good too. Boom. Good. 3 more. Oh, nice one. I like it when I feel like I'm actually getting really uprooted. Good. Yeah, that one works well for you. Now watch. Good. This is the first section. What he was doing is he was creating space. We don't want, he's putting himself into positions of safety. He can now sit out there and get this chicken position right here, as opposed to an A frame, you want a V frame. If you can't get here, you can cheat it by rotating and tipping. So you cut off that angle for them to come through this hole, okay? But don't do this. I'm gonna hit you, especially if you've done this in boxing, where you're here like this, the gloves can't get through, but in a street fight, that fist is going right through. So you wanna cover the center line, okay? I'll do this one. Boom, so he's here. What he's gonna do is he's gonna cover outside, move your body to the punch position, okay? And here's a couple of things going on. So this is very common. If you look where he is, do that again, okay? If you're here, you may think you're on, but his elbow's outside, his foot's left. If he tries to shove me right now from here, try to shove me from that position, he hasn't really got a good shove. So you want to be able to get that foot out of the way. This is one time I say you can switch stance when you're all the way in. We'll angle a little better here. 1, 2, 3, step, and see that leg? I shouldn't be able to kick that leg, so gain that leg. So he's stepping, there he goes, up and over, boom. And try not to step back through on that. So an up and over is that I got my hands up, wrist by the eyes, and an up and over is simply that you're over top of the back of the wrist. Later on, so it's a Fook Sao. So when you get there, 2 feet move. Okay? Good. Boom, boom. Good. Same hand comes out. 1, 2, 3, touch, pop. The second that you throw that third punch, that's the one that becomes a cover, and you don't pull down, he's just gonna bounce off. Pop, pop, there it is. Now, if he misses doing this, and he just covers here and then throws a backhand, it's just boxing, but it's very easy for me to see and defend against that. I'm not seeing this one, that's why that secondary up and over is so important. So he's here, 1, 2, 3, skip, boom, 2, and big one around. What I want you to do is get your nose, your elbow in the center line, your nose looking right over the middle knuckle, and then shooting. That's it. Now, if he's doing that, make sure you're not pulling down. So if he pulls down, see how I'm going to catch you right there? So it's just a touch cover and back in. So if it's done here, see, deflection. It's a deflection or a cover. Here, parry. Good. Now, the only thing I'd say is on that first one, when you go over, so as you get here, boom, get both feet moving rather than walking it. So hop it. So it's 1, 2, 3, hop, boom, there we go. Much quicker. He cut down a half beat right there. 1, 2, 3, you just protect your eyes. There we go, very nice. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, very nice. Now you start to see it. That's what we want. Another thing we were speaking about is visualizing, if I have them here, that this is the stump, okay? Imagine you've lost your arm right here and this is just a stump. Everything above this stump should be loose, whether he turns it into a Chun Sao later, a Fook Sao, or later on the Bon Sao, which rolls, okay? But this has to be loose to be able to be effective. So think of driving your strikes through that stump. So that's what you're looking for. The other thing we were talking about is, so if I'm here like this, try to push in on my arm, okay? If he's trying to push in, this is that same 134-degree angle in which arm wrestlers can lock down that arm wrestle. This should be here. If I'm doing it this way, it's still that angle, okay? Now if he's pushing down, I'm gonna go through. So even when he's going, his energy should be going up, because see how I can hit him? So now if this energy is upward, I start to go down, his elbow can, you feel that?
Yep.
You can actually get the lock right there,
Yep.
okay? So it's a forward energy. This wants to point in towards the bridge of my nose, that stump, okay? If I try to lift up, he's got the cover. He doesn't have to, so just keep it's a movable elbow. If I'm here, later on, this can turn over here, and now it's Bon Sao. If he's still pushing in towards my eyes, we both should have that lock position. Now I see that he's getting a little closer to 90 degrees. As soon as I see somebody get to that 90-degree point, I can push, because their bicep becomes now the primary muscle rather than tricep. So you want to have it extended, almost as though if I'm looking and I had to draw a string, I could draw a bow. You don't want it like at 90 degrees, because it's not going to be very good. So you want it extended. So let's do this for a second without gloves. Right here, same idea. If he does the up and over, boom, right here I'm guarding, right? All he's doing, if I show it from here, when you do that up and over, all you do is tap until my knuckles line. I'm not pushing down. So if he's reaching out, there's the line. I've deflected. If he keeps pushing through, he's got nothing, okay? If I now push through, I hit, okay? So it's, if he's sticking out, boom, shoot, power, okay? So we're going the same thing we're doing, pop, boom, very nice. From here, he's got steps and covers. So now when that hand hits, his eyes should be landing right behind. So more of a hop, boom, boom, that's it. That was much better, good. Get that feel. Just really quick, he's going to land that one on me. I'm watching for that rear one until I get hit with that first one. It turns my vision, and the other one's already on its way, okay? That's what I'm talking about, okay? As he's doing that, boom, boom. Yeah, and see how he's starting to get that Fook Sao? That was good. So as you go, if you tilt with it, it's going to really get that firing off from a good position. Tilt, good, shoot, boom, good. 1, 2, 3, tilt, go, boom, okay? Now his feet are in the right area, okay? So if I go here, boom, if I punch, he's already offline. If I go, boom, he's offline from the kick. Again, we do the same thing. I just got nailed before a roundhouse comes in, okay? Still same idea. Pop, no legs, all right? The fact that even if I do catch him, so right here, pop, here, and I do catch him and that elbow's down, he can still just use that elbow forward energy just to push me out. So I can't get that arm tackle around. All of that is considered. So if somebody could kick, if they can land a punch on you, you haven't got yourself positioned to safety, and that's what this is about. So as you're seeing it, 1, 2, 3, position, that's it. Good. Try to get it so that when that second up and over is going, you're already in motion. Nice. Get just that wrist bone. Stump. Okay, see if he lifts and shoots his arm up, you missed that. So it's in, 2, 3, here. That's it. Boom, bang. Very nice. That's it. Slow it down. Good. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he should be at that position for that moment of impact. If I'm trying to push in, he should still have that tilt. 1, 2, 3, boom, there it is. And he just shoots right over. He's got all the control in the world there. This next section, I'm going to use a different version of the Fook Sao. And Don was asking how to get this because it's actually a hard thing to get to at first. So you're going to grab your elbow and work on either going here like I can do it, but you're pulling your elbow in and laying that opposite wrist drop to the outside. A couple good drills are either doing these type of things. I don't know if you can wind that. Bring your elbow in, trying to grab around, and then tucking down. If you can't do that there, just go with your elbow underneath. Yeah, try to hook with your elbow right into here, and then pull that. Yeah, if you get this roll, this is the position you want to practice getting that shoulder to. Eventually, there's another thing that we're doing is, I can do it myself here, but if you can't do that, what you want is a little bit of a rotation. Don't leave your foot flat, because if I'm doing this, it's going to cause knee problems, okay? So when I go, I want my elbow to stay with my knee so I can tilt and pinch right here. And this angle as well will give you that nice punching angle right here. Boom, so slice the joint, good, and keep it going. Cut your eye, good, here it comes. Cut the eye, so get back because it's not over until it's over. I'm still coming. If he pulls down, see how I'm gonna catch you right there? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, very nice. All right, so here, punch, stop, roll, boom, there it is. So it's here, boom, back. That's the way it should go.